they needed to win, because I had already came into this with a little bit of just, what would be the right word? Toxicity, some say about me at times. I already had some toxicity going into the game tonight because of obviously the report from Charlie Goldsmith. Nick, I'll let you kind of put that out there into the universe of what was said from Charlie. You can paraphrase or read it directly, quote, if you'd like to do that. But it was basically surrounding around the idea that Chase Burns is also now going to perhaps be on a innings limit.
Yeah, so some mixed reports on this. So Terry Francona said they met with Chase Burns today. There's no set finalized plan yet, as there's moving pieces in the rotation. There's an innings limit. They may have to get creative, and they really want to keep him pitching without having to be shut down. So, I mean, really, it was, I guess, just a caution that at some point he's going to be limited, but there's no concrete on what exactly that is, other than just, I guess, a caution at this point. I mean, I think we all saw this coming, right? I mean, so it shouldn't really surprise anyone. I don't know. I don't know how many. It's hard to tell. Like there's been teams have handled these situations vastly different player to player. And I think you can say that this is the right way, this is the wrong way. I think everybody's making their best guess, if we're being honest. I don't think anyone knows the exact science and right answer of how to handle these situations.
I agree. Very much reminds me of a pandemic, personally. I think that everybody just makes up something they believe in, and then we all just say that, yeah, that's right. I don't know. I mean, I just hate the notion that you just assume or you automatically put something on a situation when you don't really know if that's going to help or hurt it. Just use your common sense, man. I mean, if he looks like he's wearing down, if it looks like it's a situation where he's uncomfortable, we've seen that before, haven't we? Andrew Abbott, that has happened to. And we've kind of shut him down. And you know what? Andrew Abbott looks to be okay. What happens to all these guys that we try to baby, though? I got to tell you, we don't have a very good track record of keeping our own guys healthy. And I'm not trying to be overly... I'm not trying to say that it's our fault that they've been hurt, right? I'm not trying to blame the medical staff, to be clear. I'm just saying that we don't have a great track record. It's not like we have the proven formula to keep starters healthy, as basically Nick Lodolo's had, problem after problem. And I know that might not be directly tied to his arm. He's had some blister issues and, calf issues or whatever else it has been. Certainly Hunter Greene has had, his fair share of setbacks from time to time. And I would also say that it's already been clear all the way going back to the Yankee days with I think it was the Jabba rules or whatever the hell they decided to call it. You have Strasburg who decided to do this. You have, I think, obviously the Tampa Bay's done this a few times to some guys, and they've also gotten injured just a couple years later. Spencer Strider's gotten hurt. May with the Dodgers, I think, got hurt. This is just there is nothing that you can do to prevent, in my opinion, something that's inevitable if your biomechanics aren't right. I don't know why we have to sit here and act like it's a usage problem when, in my opinion, it's a biomechanics problem. It's the way that you decide to throw the ball. It's your DNA, it's your genetics, and it's the way in which you go about your business. Aroldis Chapman's a good example. Why is he able to throw as well as he has for as long as he has? Probably because he's built different than other guys. When you are unnaturally training yourself to throw a certain, I guess, mile per hour, or you're trying to get as much velo as you possibly can, and you're, doing things to try to get you to a spot where some guys can just naturally throw the ball incredibly hard. I don't know. I'm basically just trying to say, all I'm asking for the Reds to do here is this. Use your brain. Don't just throw a label on it and run with it, okay? If the Reds are in a pennant race and the kid's throwing the ball really, really well every fifth day, let him keep throwing the ball well every fifth day until he looks like he looks different than he has in the past. Which, you know what, Nick? I'll probably openly admit that will probably happen. That will probably happen because there's not too many guys that can go from the workload that they were the previous year to the workload that he would probably have to do to have a run in the sun here and into the late postseason, if you want to call it that. But the other option is to put him in the bullpen. We'll see if they end up doing that. But I just pray to the Lord that we don't get ourselves in a spot where we're just automatically saying, nope, he's done. Yeah, come a month from now, we think that he's already thrown too many pitches. And to be clear, they didn't directly say that.
I mean, it also, like, it depends. Like, does Hunter Greene come back on Wednesday, look good, look ready? I mean, I hate to say this, but there's always a possibility guy comes back his first start, there's something that flares up again. I mean, I hate to throw that out in the universe, but that's a real worry that you have. Nick Lodolo is coming back. It sounds like I thought I saw he was maybe throwing some sort of work at the stadium today. So is he coming back? So, I mean, if Lodolo and Greene are both in this rotation, it's kind of hard for Chase Burns to really fit. And Burns has been, I think, very good for a rookie, but he's also no guarantee either. So I don't want to make too big of a deal until we see how all those other things kind of play out. But, just doing the math here, Burns is at just over 100 innings between the minor leagues and the majors, through exactly 100 innings at Wake Forest last year. So, I mean, if he started every game the rest of the year, 5 innings, about 9 starts, I mean, that's only 45 innings. That's not really that crazy of an innings increase. So, I don't know. I want to see how this all plays out, because the way it was reported made it sound to me like there might have been a missing piece that didn't get communicated very well in this.
That's fair. I'd also like to say that we all can agree. I'd like to think we could all agree that, innings aren't all created equal either. Like, you throw 35, 40 pitches in an inning. It's pretty tough on your arm, instead of going out there like you did Andrew Abbott tonight, where you're throwing 15 pitches an inning and you get to take a breather. It's just funny how we can kind of arbitrarily look at numbers at times and just assume one thing. I mean, he could next start throw 3 innings and it be worse than if he threw 7, to comparatively speaking to other nights.
Well, the 1 inning in Bristol was more than 1 inning. Like, that was
exactly.
That was a lot more of a workload than 1 inning that gets put on your ledger of the year that got you from 93 to 94 innings. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Again, I want to see kind of how it all plays out and exactly what the plan is before I cast any judgment on this.